For more than 2 decades, the best shooter games have been one of the driving forces of the gaming industry, and as time passes by, it continues to increase the need for a better quality of computer that some of us might not be able to get our hands on.
This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description.
Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be checking out the top 10 shooter games for PC. If you're new here, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to get the updates whenever we post. Shooters is an incredibly popular genre that tests your ability to keep blasting until you see your enemies reduced to pulp. Shooters typically come in 2 forms, first person or third person, each with its own appeal. Here are the top 10 shooter games that is sure to hit you nail in the head. Let us begin with Left 4 Dead 2. OS Windows 7 32 or 64-bit, Windows Vista 32 to 64 XP. Processor Pentium 4 3.0 GHz, memory 2 GB of RAM, graphics NVIDIA 6600, storage 13 GB of available space.
They nailed that!
Stop bombing us!
Left 4 Dead 2 is a single-player and multiplayer cooperative survival horror first-person shooter game. Set during the aftermath of an apocalyptic pandemic, Left 4 Dead 2 focuses on 4 new survivors fighting against hordes of zombies, known as the Infected, who develop severe psychosis and act extremely aggressive. The survivors must find their way through 5 campaigns, interspersed with safe houses that act as checkpoints with the goal of escape at each campaign's finale. The scenarios are able to provide a dynamic challenge by making the Infected adjust their moves according to the player's performance. Valorant. CPU Intel i3 370M, RAM 4GB, OS Windows 7 8 10 64-bit, video card Intel HD 3000. Valorant is a tactical shooting game involving 2 teams with 5 players in each team. The 5 vs 5 game takes place over up to 25 rounds, which can last anywhere from 10 seconds to a couple minutes each. The attackers want to plant the bomb called the spike here, and the defenders have to defuse it or die trying. Valorant manages to reproduce those great qualities while tossing magical ice walls and drones into the mix. The deliberate detachment from reality also allows traditional support tools like smoke, flash, and fire grenades to become playful abilities with varied uses. Vanquish. OS Microsoft Windows 7 8 8.1 and 10, processor Intel Core i3 2.9 GHz or AMD equivalent, memory 4 GB of RAM, graphics NVIDIA GeForce 460, storage 20 GB of available space. Vanquish is a sci-fi shooter of epic proportions with a fast, fluid, and frenetic combat system and an engaging and immersive storyline. Players take the role of Sam, a government agent kitted out with a futuristic battlesuit in a near-future world where nations war over the planet's remaining energy resources. A versatile fighter with a huge arsenal of weaponry at his disposal, Sam also has an array of martial arts skills that he can use to take down his robot enemies. Superhot. OS Windows 7, processor Intel Core 2 Quad Q6600 2.4 GHz, memory 4 GB of RAM, graphics GeForce GTX 650, 1024 VRAM, storage 4 GB of available space. Superhot is a first-person shooter that injects puzzle elements and a bizarre meta-narrative into quick, bite-sized servings of computerized violence. Every level in Superhot is an exciting, self-contained, time-bending puzzle that turns typical fast-paced first-person shooter mechanics on their head. Every time you move, your enemies and their bullets do too, but if you stand still, so will time. It's a unique idea that creates a smart, tense puzzle where in between reloading and lining up a shot, you can sometimes dodge every individual bullet in the spray of a burst rifle by moving one small step and therefore a fraction of a second. Overwatch. Operating system Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10 64-bit, CPU Intel Core processor, memory 4 GB of RAM, storage 30 GB available hard drive space. Comparing it to Team Fortress 2 or to League of Legends if you like, Overwatch has enough in common with both to share some of their appeal, but different enough that it will take months for players to figure out its best character combinations. Overwatch is about teamwork. Little is made of who killed you or how many headshots you amassed. More important is how you managed to revive a vital sniper on the capture point as mercy, or push the payloads forwards with Reinhardt's shield, or otherwise managed to win a round using your eclectic mixed bag of abilities. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. CPU's Intel Core 2 Duo processor E6600 2.4 GHz, GPU any video card with 256 MB of VRAM or higher, RAM 2 GB of memory, HDD 15 GB of free space. Counter-Strike Global Offensive CSGO is a multiplayer first-person shooter. The game pits two teams, terrorists and counter-terrorists, against each other in different objective-based game modes. The game pits two teams, terrorists and counter-terrorists, against each other in different objective-based game modes. The game also has matchmaking support that allows players to play on dedicated Valve servers, in addition to community-hosted servers with custom maps and game modes. Borderlands 2. OS Windows XP SP3, processor 2.4 GHz dual-core processor, memory 2 GB XP, 2 GB for Vista, hard drive 13 GB of free space. Set 5 years after the events of Borderlands, Handsome Jack, the game's main antagonist, has taken over the Hyperion Corporation, declared himself dictator of Pandora, and taken all of the credit for finding the vault, going so far as to claim responsibility for killing the Destroyer. Jack has also blotted out much of the light on the planet by having a giant orbiting H-shaped base set in front of Pandora's stationary moon, creating a Big Brother atmosphere throughout the planet. The new group of Vault Hunters in Borderlands 2 are tasked with killing Jack and returning peace to Pandora. Wizard with a Gun. CPU Intel Pentium 4 2.0 GHz, RAM 4 GB, graphics ATI Fire GLT2 128. The game is about solo or 2 to 5 player co-op exploration of a magical wilderness filled with monsters. In between exploration and combat, you build your home, seemingly placing tiles by shooting your gun, including constructing workstations. With those, you craft weapons and ammo to tweak the blast radius, bullet trail, and even the status of the creature in your crosshairs. There's also cosmetic customization and randomly generated biomes set in deserts, swamps, tundra, and prairies. In between exploration and combat, you build your home, seemingly placing tiles by shooting your gun, including constructing workstations. Metal Slug Tactics. CPU Intel Core i5-3470, RAM 4 GB, OS Windows 7, video card NVIDIA GeForce GTX 650, 2 GB of VRAM. The Metal Slug series holds a special place in the hearts of retro gaming fans. The games, particularly the first 3 titles, represent run-and-gun gameplay excellence that picks up the mantle that Konami let rust with its once popular Contra series. The Metal Slug series, despite its cutesy exterior, is about military people doing military things. The series sees the heroes battle General Marden and his rebel army, aliens, Sasquatches, and other enemies using heavy machine guns, grenades, airplanes, submarines, or the eponymous Metal Slug. In short, all the parts you need for a thinking person's wargame have existed since the series' 1996 debut. Graven. OS Windows 7 64-bit, processor Intel i5 2.5 GHz, memory 4 GB of RAM, graphics Intel HD 4400 or faster, storage 8 GB available space. Graven is a dark fantasy first-person shooter that will showcase an open-ended journey through 3 expansive regions, where the player will encounter both dangerous enemies and friendly townsfolk. Various hints, quests, and upgrades are obtained from the world's non-player characters. The player can find a wide variety of weapons and spells, each of which must be put to novel use in order to progress. While some spells may be used offensively, most of the combat involves using medieval weapons against eldritch monsters. The game supports solo, split-screen co-op, and up to 4 players online play. Players assume the role of a faithful priest of the Orthogonal Order, exiled for a crime of retaliation against the Order for sacrificing his adoptive daughter. The game begins with a priest adrift in a swamp, ferried by a stranger to solid ground. He bestows vague instructions along with a mysterious staff and book. The priest embarks to hunt down the foul, heretical sects responsible for conjuring plagues and twisting the natural order of the seasons. Well, there you have it, 10 shooter games that will make your heads blow. Which of these games would you like to play? What do you think makes a shooter game great? Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below.
If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.